And 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
We just looked up the Miami Heat's odds to win an NBA title this year, plus 60,000. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is Theoretically Speaking. It is a Thirsty Thursday, the best day of the week. It is April the 9th, and things are happening, and they're happening fast. We're 2 weeks out from round one of the NFL draft getting underway in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Man, that is hopefully it's warmed up out there by then. Generally an outdoors event. Speaking of outdoors events, round one is underway of the Masters tournament out at Augusta National Golf Club. As we see if Rory can repeat, or are we going to get a new person to don the green jacket as we wrap things up this weekend? And speaking of wrapping things up this weekend, the NBA's regular season, the one of the oddest regular seasons I can remember. That also wraps up this Sunday. Thankfully, the Miami Heat who play the Wizards, or they play the Raptors tonight, I think. They got the Raptors tonight. They play the Wizards tomorrow. They wrap things up against the Hawks on Sunday before their inevitable fate of playing in the play-in. Yes, technically speaking, because they are going to be the 10 seed, going to be in the play-in, they have odds out there in the sports books to win a championship. And those odds are astronomically low. And we'll have to see what the Heat give us, but we're going to be talking about teams that actually have a real shot at this thing. Damian Perez is on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. He joins me here on a Thursday, and you, like me, are a Heat fan. At what point this season did you realize, it's time to just chalk it? Time to chalk.
Good afternoon, Theo. Just wanted to note on the Miami Heat, first team to clinch play-in berth. So take that with what you will, but yeah, man, it's been a tough season.
Got to
say the least.
Celebrate the small wins. I'm big on that these days, Damien. I celebrate the small wins. I can appreciate the tiny, itty-bitty joys of life. And sometimes if you don't celebrate the small wins, you won't even accumulate enough success to achieve the big one. So we'll celebrate the small win. The Heat are now in their fourth straight play-in tournament. Some people are saying we should call it the Miami Heat Invitational. Others are saying that's absolutely embarrassing for a once proud franchise, but here we are. Damien, speaking of embarrassing, this morning we've been doing the ESPN Top 63 invites for high school basketball in this area. For people that don't know what that is we honor, for over a decade, we've been honoring the top 63 high school football players. And over the past 3 years, we've been also honoring the top 20 flag football players in the fall ahead of their season, which is a ceremonious occasion. There's some huge names that have graced that list, like Lamar Jacksons of the world, Devin Motor Singletary, Kyer Elam, newly minted Kansas City Chief, by the way. Big shout. So that is a very prestigious event that we've been doing for quite some time. Last year, we had our inaugural basketball event. This year, we're bringing it back for part 2. It's coming up in a couple of weeks here, actually right aligned with the NFL draft. It'll be in a couple of weeks as we'll be holding the event, ranking the top players in high school basketball in this area. I felt a little bit of embarrassment this morning because I was at Inlet Grove High School out in Riviera Beach, where I was delivering a top 63 invite to a brother by the name of Robert Brown. Well-deserved. He was on the list last year. He'll be back on the list again this year. So the invite process of it all did go as accordingly. But as somebody who is a, area sports reporter, I typically go to these high schools only for football, basketball, volleyball, whatever practices or games. So the setup is generally different. When we do these invites, school is actually in session, so you don't just park by the gym and walk in.
Right, you're like at their pep rally.
Yeah. Well, also you got to go through the protocol. You got to go through the front office.
Right.
You got to go through the gates.
Get the little name tag.
You get a name tag. So I'm like a visitor in the school. So the process is a lot different. I'm not used to it. Today, when I got to Inlet Grove, I was like, all right, I understand the flow here. Went, pulled up, found my visitor spot, parked the whip, hopped out, got my camera, got the invites in hand. I'm good to go. I'm flowing. Confident. I'm strutting at this point. This is easy. Walk up to the gate, talk to the security guard, let him know why I'm there. He gives me the access. He actually gave me a little history lesson on Inlet Grove basketball as well. It was pretty telling. Then I get through the gate. I get into the front office, and I check in. I tell her, hey, I'm here to see Coach Brooks, here to see Robert Brown, ready to deliver the invite. Theo with ESPN West Palm. I know the drill. I've practiced this. Damian, I went to sit down after getting permission to now have access to the school to make sure we can get this invite going. And when I sat down, I do what anybody do. When you're sitting down in the office waiting on something to happen, what's the first thing you do?
Take your phone out.
Pull out your phone.
Yep.
Pulled out my phone, scrolling through articles, catching up on the day here as we're getting ready for a good day of Theoretically Speaking. And I was actually intrigued. I was reading this article about how for some reason they're saying golfers are too good now. Athletes are ruining golf. People are smacking the balls too far. So apparently there's a war on golf balls right now happening in the PGA Tour, and I was unaware of it. So I'm reading this very interesting article about it. I'm entranced in the article. I'm locked in. My eyes have not peered up for probably about 30 or 45 seconds. Out of nowhere, the same woman who granted me access, and this is one of the women that is like an administrator at Inlet Grove High School. She sits across the desk on the other side. She deals with obviously a lot of moving parts at once. Out of nowhere, I hear her say, hey, get off your phone. You know you're in the school right now. Damian, my heart dropped. I quickly, reflexively, I took my phone and threw it.
And she was talking to you?
And I looked over at her, and I said, I am so sorry. And she said, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm not allowed to have my phone out? Like, well, you said that so authoritatively that I reacted. Apparently, she was talking to some student that had walked by.
So you thought you looked like a student?
No, it's not even that I thought I looked like a student. I thought I was doing something wrong. Her voice was so authoritative. You know how they talk about how your inner child never leaves you?
Right.
How,
especially when you're in a school using your phone, that was always frowned upon.
I legit thought I had screwed up. I was reading the article. I was locked in. So hey, get off your phone. I threw my phone I almost threw my phone in the dang trash can.
You almost got it confiscated.
I was ready. I was scared. I was scared to oblivion. I was about to give up on the whole invite process. I was like, look, Robert, we'll see you next year, hopefully. Because it ain't happening today. I'm in trouble now. I thought I was gone. So I was absolutely, she felt so bad about it, but her voice had so much power behind it. It shook me to my core. So that was an experience unlike any other. We did get the invite handed out. Shout out Robert. Shout out all the players across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are getting their invites throughout these next few days or so, the next week. And can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks for the big tournament, and also, of course, the event where we rank the players. I bring that up to say it's been a raucous week of trying to get these invites in the hands of players, athletes, coaches, and whatnot. But also, it is one of those times where I'm reminded I am not far removed from the days in which I was getting bossed around like that. And this is the thing. I used to get yelled at a lot in school. I used to get yelled at absolutely a lot.
Problem child, huh?
I was getting sent to the principal's office like I was Draymond Green, getting teed up. So it just brought me back to those days. Absolutely shook me to my core. You know what would shake me to my core today if I was in the NBA playoff series against those San Antonio Spurs? That's the team right now, Damian. That is the team right now where when I look on Hard Rock Bet, people, this is the time of the year as the NBA regular season is wrapping up. And people are like, who you got for the finals? Who you got as your NBA champion this year? It is chalk to just say the lazy answer, which would be the Thunder to repeat. But the more I look at it, especially given the fact that it seems like they have that I don't care factor about them, and they also have the alien on their side, Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs look like the best value right now to win the NBA Finals. We pulled up the app, the Hard Rock Bet app, and we were looking at the teams that have what the odds were on some of the champions in the NBA Finals. Like we said, the Heat are plus 60,000. So if you believe in their exposure in the gang, and you want to just make a little slight donation to a fund, go ahead and throw some money on the Heat, if you will.
Just $1. A dollar will go a long way.
That is ridiculous. You might, if you look, gas prices is how much these days?
About $4 on average.
We can't afford to be punting dollars out the window no more like that. But in all seriousness, when you look at the top of the odds that they have right now for the NBA Finals, before the playoffs start, I usually like to find the team that I like the best value on at this point. And I honestly got very intrigued by this San Antonio Spurs team. 61-win team, 28-3 since February. They last night, obviously, Victor Wembanyama out, Stephon Castle out. No problem for them as they beat the Portland Trailblazers, who are actually a 500 basketball team this year. If you haven't been paying attention, the Trailblazers are not a slouch. Denny Avdia, Scoot Henderson is turning into something like they're an actual team to compete with, and the Spurs
they're in the play-in.
Them.
They actually are better positioned than the Miami Heat.
That's crazy. So the Blazers are better than the Heat today, is what we're saying.
In a crazy way.
This is why I've told y'all we need to tank. We need to tank. We need to get out of this play. And I don't want to see the Miami Heat be an 8 seed and be fodder for the Detroit Pistons. Please, for the love of everything that basketball means to me, Miami needs to fall out of this play. But look at the finals right now. When you look at the team futures, the Thunder are plus 120. They have the best odds. After that, the Spurs are at plus 550. The Celtics are at plus 550. You got the Nuggets at plus 850. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, the only other Eastern Conference team, at plus 1,400.
Wow. Above the Pistons. That's interesting.
I mean, they got the Cavs and the Knicks above the Pistons.
Interesting.
The Pistons are plus 2,250. Now, Cade Cunningham came back last night from the collapsed lung?
Yep.
They won the game. He didn't play very long, but he said he feels good, and he's obviously going to try to get ramped up for the playoffs. That one, it feels like at this point is a long shot, because they already were going to be fighting an uphill climb, even as the 1 seed, because of their lack of experience in the playoffs, and also now because of the how good, what is the ceiling that they can actually reach right now with Cade being sidelined that long and being a bit rusty. Like that is, I mean, plus 2,250 is pretty solid for a 1 seed, but I don't know with how strong the Celtics look, Damian, I'm a little shaky on that.
Yeah, I mean, the Pistons did go 8-3 without Cade Cunningham, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, it's hard to identify who the second option is on that team.
I like the Spurs at plus 550. I like them as the best value this year going into these playoffs blindly. They won't have the 1 seed. The Thunder have already locked that up, but they will have the 2 seed, and they likely will earn a date with the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, where when you look at what they did in the regular season against each other, including the NBA Cup, Spurs went 4-1 against OKC. When you look at how these two teams match up and the length and the defense and the athleticism that the Spurs provide are the very things that you need to be able to stifle and at least make it uncomfortable for that Thunder offense, which is an absolute machine. But then also, when you look at who the Spurs are specifically led by, I'm not talking about Mitch Johnson, who is the Greg Popovich protege. I'm talking about the should be, we're talking about this later as well because it's a 65-game rule, but should be Defensive Player of the Year, should be MVP, if not runner-up, winner this season.
First-team All-NBA.
And a first-team All-NBA player in Victor Wembanyama. The one thing that the Spurs lack, this 60-plus win team, this squad that almost had the 1 seed in the West, is playoff experience. But take a listen to what Wemby has said, and this was with Scott Van Pelt on a late-night Sports Center about a week ago, what Wemby feels about whether or not experience is going to matter for this squad.
Yeah, we don't have experience, right? Screw it. I mean, that's all we got. We're not going to play any different way just because it is this way. I mean, we're still going to play 100% and go to try to win this championship.
Sure.
Screw it.
I'm rolling with the alien, Damian. I'm rolling with Wemby. I'm rolling with D Fox, who had 25 for the Spurs last night. I'm rolling with the San Antonio Spurs. It's a team that a lot of the nation wants to back. Wemby is the guy that got the All-Star weekend, put more juice into the All-Star game specifically. He cares about every time he steps out onto that basketball court. He plays 100%. I know they've been kind of tooling with his minutes because he hasn't played heavy minutes in a short span, which is that's the main test that the Spurs are going to face this playoffs, especially as he's now coming back from this rib injury, Damian. Like, they got to see how much can we play him on these when you have a 7-game series and I need you on Wednesday and I need you on Friday. And I need you back around on Sunday and then on Wednesday again. Like, how many times can he go 35, 38 minutes for the Spurs? That'll be the true test of this thing. I'm not so worried about the experience, Damian.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the OKC team from last year, I mean, they're really not overwhelming everybody with experience. They're a relatively young team themselves.
Yeah.
And with the Spurs, I mean, last night they played not only without Wemby, but also without the reigning Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle, still won by 11. I know this game was at home, but it's not talked about enough how De'Aaron Fox was such an underrated pickup for this team.
Yes.
And how their coach, Mitch Johnson, in my opinion, should be the leading candidate for Coach of the Year.
He should have that one. Now, Coach of the Year, like my guy Joe Mazzulla said, is a terrible award, is a conflating award. It's stupid. We don't understand it. Coaches will win it and they get fired the next season. Like, it is not the best gauge of who is the most impactful. But if you think about what he was able to do with this team, first 60-win team for the Spurs since 2017. They're one of 4 teams to go from a 30-win team. Here's a stat right here. The Spurs became the 4th team in league history to reach 60 wins after missing the playoffs the season prior, joining only the 2008 Celtics, the 1980 Celtics, and the Phoenix Suns of 04-05. So if you think about it, 2 of those teams went on to compete. The Celtics won a championship the year they did it, but now that was obviously with the injection of the big 3. This year for the Spurs, it was the reinsertion of more dominant Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox for a full season, and the evolution of Stephon Castle that helped propel them to this. So I'm big on what this team means to the NBA, and I don't think that they have to wait because of their lack of experience. I think that they have next right now. The Spurs are likely going to see the Thunder in the playoffs. Once they get through that series, I'm picking the Spurs against anybody that comes out of that East, plus 550, an incredibly great value for that team specifically. We're going to take who you think is the best value, Damian, because I know the Celtics are sitting right there at plus 550 as well coming out of the East. I know there's a lot of other teams up and down that chart. We'll take callers on this thing as well on the Baptist Health Hotline throughout the day. But I'd be remiss if we didn't give the good people an update from Augusta National Golf Club. Damian, you know the tournament is underway. You know that.
The Majestic Masters in Augusta.
We are aware that things are ripping and rolling. Well, here's a leaderboard update from Augusta, and is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach and Kaiser University. Round 1 underway, and dare I say the Americans are ripping it up. Right now, as things stand, Patrick Reed, he's 4 under through 14. He right now is in the lead all by his lonesome. After that, actually, Damian, my leaderboard right here is messing me up. And let me get back in. And here it is. After that, we have Shane Lowry tied with a heap of people. The Shane Lowry repping through 15. He's 3 under, tied for 3rd. Roy McIlroy, the reigning champion, he's through 12. He's 2 under, tied for 7 with Nick Taylor. And if you scroll on down, a name of interest, Adam Scott just got underway. He is only through 6, or excuse me, he's now through 7, and he is 2 over at tied for 54. The Masters leaderboard update as things are underway out there in Georgia. Amongst the Azaleas, again, brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach and Kaiser University. We'll be keeping you guys posted throughout the day. Also, we have our guy, Jonathan Zaslow, joining us on the other side. To talk a little bit about this 65-game rule in the NBA, how they can help fix the regular season, because it's an unintended consequence, but it's going to absolutely derail the awards this year. Not sure if you need to pivot heavily. We'll see if he has a good answer for us. He's usually a pretty great mind on these things. That is Damian Perez. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Water spots on the shower door again.
He sprayed, he scrubbed, he squeegeed.
What? Is that a word?
He's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now he wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hi, it's Evan Cohen, urging you to prepare before you reach the drive-through speaker. If you pull up and begin conducting a full research session on combo options, that's not efficient. The menu hasn't changed since 1987. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. ESPN 106.3.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Joseph Malloy, tax partner in Anshin's Construction Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, also known as the OBBBA, will have a significant impact on tax planning strategies. The bill restores and makes permanent 100% bonus depreciation for all eligible purchases made after January 19, 2025. This tax incentive will influence investments in additional machinery and equipment upgrades, providing an immediate tax deduction and helping contractors increase cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we strategically guide construction companies through the new tax law to help them develop the right strategy and enhance profitability. If you're a construction executive or owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Every Thursday is a Thirsty Thursday at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Membership is just $100 and
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
GB in the YouTube chat says the Celtics ain't got nothing on the Spurs. He might be right. Celtics feel like the best, it feels like they're going to likely win the East. The question is, can the Spurs get past the Thunder? And they showed us in the regular season, at least, it is a favorable matchup for them. You can always join the show by joining in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida. Or, of course, you can hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team is here to get you back in the game. It's trusted by the pros, and it's ready for you because everybody deserves pro-level care. I don't care if you're an amateur tennis player, you're just a casual ping pong fella, maybe you're a swimmer. You might have those back pains, issues, aches. Baptist Health wants to help you out. So visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. That's baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. And now joining us on the Baptist Health Hotline is none other than Jonathan Zaslow from ESPN Radio.
You might know him as the Cooper City Rattlesnake. He's the human flamethrower of Miami sports radio.
You could be a maniac without being a jerk.
The preacher of the Pat Riley gospel.
They don't complain. They don't make excuses. This is the NBA. Deal with it.
The mayor of Dolphins delusion.
Can the Bills offense keep up with the Dolphins offense?
And the only guy who can go from breaking down the Panthers power play to cutting a full-blown Ric Flair promo. Woo! Jonathan Saslow is the voice of the 305. Presented by Anajar and Levine and Twin Peaks.
Zaz, where's the Heat play-in watch party going to be this year?
I mean, if you think I'm getting in a car and I'm making a trip out somewhere for a Miami Heat play-in watch party, you're out to lunch.
Just checking. Just had to check with you, man. I know you refuse. You, unlike me, refuse to root against the team short-term for their long-term interest. So you're going to be pulling for them to win in the play-in. I just want to know where you're going to be watching.
That's right. Nope, I will be rooting for them to win the play-in, even though I know they're not going to win the play-in. This team is not. They're probably going to finish 10th. Tonight will go a long way towards solidifying that because they don't beat good teams. They definitely don't beat good teams on the road. And if you're 10th, you got to win 2 road games. And there's nothing that would make you believe that this team is going to do that. So I'll be rooting for them to win in the play-in. But when they lose, it softens the blow that they'll end up having a shot in the lottery. I understand the way things work, so I won't be angry if they lose.
Okay. All right. So we can at least we can agree that the outcome of a Heat loss will be better for us in the long run. How we get there doesn't matter as long as we can agree on that premise.
Yeah. I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm sitting here, telling you I want them to make the playoffs because I think they got a chance of beating Detroit, pulling an upset. Maybe they go run to the finals like they did in 23. I'm not sitting here telling you that. I know that's not going to happen.
Good.
But I don't, just like tonight, the Florida Panthers need a loss, all right? They don't need any more points. The Panthers would like to have as best a chance to win the draft lottery in the NHL as possible. But the Panthers are playing at Ottawa tonight, and I'm going to root for the Panthers to get those 2 points tonight. And if they don't, I'm not going to go to sleep unhappy. I understand the stakes.
I guess it's a win-win for you then at that point, because I would be upset if the Heat made the playoffs. I actually have a result in this that would anger me. You're setting yourself up. You're hedging your emotional bets.
Well, I'm not going to be upset because if they make the playoffs, we're talking about them selecting number 15 or 16 overall in the draft. When the part that has people upset is that 1.1% chance of winning the lottery and getting the number 1 overall pick. Like, they're not going to win the lottery, okay?
Well,
it's a 1% chance.
The Mavericks did last year.
What's that?
The Mavericks.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's still a 1% chance. Like, we have to use some common sense here. The odds are strongly against them winning the lottery. So the difference is just getting the difference between picking number 14 and picking like number 16. That's the reality of it.
I will say, I am not a guy who believes the NBA draft lottery is rigged or fixed. But if there's any team that deserves to have it fixed in their favor, just like the Mavericks kind of needed some good juju after the Luka trade and they went and got Cooper Flag, if there's any team that deserves it, it is the team that the NBA doesn't have to set these guidelines up for anti-tanking rules and whatnot. We're not out here like the Kings hacking teams when you're up late in the game. We're not like the Spurs and the Bucks benching players late to get a better pick. No. The Heat have done it the right way. So if we do land in the lottery, all I'm saying is Adam Silver, throw a brother a bone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, that would be good karma. Like, I understand what you're saying. A team that goes about their business the right way, winning the lottery, that would make sense. But, going back to last year and talking about, that juju, why would Dallas get good juju?
What the fans?
What did they do that would make them have some type of luck on their side?
Well, I'm not saying that the organization itself deserves it because they're the ones that pulled the trigger on the Luka trade and did it in the middle of the night and upset their entire city. But the fan base got reinvigorated over the fact that they got Cooper Flag, and it did help save for the NBA, it matters to have one of your bigger market teams like Dallas have its fan base invested in the future of the franchise. It really helps.
Yeah.
No? It doesn't move you? Jonathan Zaslow joining us here on Theoretically Speaking. He's the voice of the 305. He's the host of Zaslow Show 2.0, and you know and love his voice from all throughout sports media. Zaz, you look at the NBA right now. The regular season wraps up Sunday. What are you thinking, man? Who do you think is the best value right now? I like the Spurs at plus 550 to actually win the title despite their lack of experience. I just like what that team brings. I think they could beat the Thunder, and I'm not afraid of anybody in the East. Who do you like as one of those teams not named the Thunder that can win it all this year?
Yeah, well, you know they could beat the Thunder. They beat them 4 out of 5 times in the regular season. I think only one of those times did the Thunder not have their full squad. So they played them very well. I understand Oklahoma City is, right now they're playing their best basketball of the season. So that obviously bodes well for them. But I think San Antonio has a real shot. I've been saying it for about a month now that I think San Antonio is going to win the whole thing. I still believe that. I don't have any real reason to come off of that. I would be genuinely surprised if it's not Oklahoma City or San Antonio. Forget winning the West. One of those are definitely winning the West. I'd be very, very surprised if one of them doesn't win the whole thing. So if you want me to pick someone other than Oklahoma City, I think the answer has to be San Antonio.
Anybody out of the East? Is anybody going to come out of the East other than the Celtics? Because they look like they're at full strength too.
Oh no, I think the Knicks can win the Eastern Conference.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they beat them last year. They beat them handily. The Knicks, you can make the case at the worst the Knicks are just as good as they were last year. I don't know if they're better, but at the worst they're just as good as they were. And the Celtic team is not as good as they were last year. You know, Jason Tatum has been good in his return, but he's not full strength Jason Tatum yet. And the pieces that they have around those guys, the complementary pieces, are not as good as they had been the last couple of years. So it's a Knicks team that is at least as good as they were last year. It's a Celtic team that is not as good as they were last year, and the Knicks beat them pretty good. So I absolutely think the Knicks can win the East.
Yeah, I still it's hard for me to trust a team that is that reliant on Karl Anthony Towns in the playoffs, because I've seen what that looked like year over year over year, and also where your best player is 6'1" or smaller. Like, it just is a formula that always seems to, in a 7-game series, it always seems to be something that could be figured out on the other side. And the Celtics have a lot of pieces to figure that out. So we'll see. But for me, anybody but the Eastern Conference teams this year, because all of the best teams in the East are like the Heat rivals, and I would hate to see them be back on that stage. Like, I'm rooting for the West.
Yeah, like it would hurt me if Boston won the finals. It would hurt me if New York won the finals. Detroit used to be a huge rival of the Heat, of course, but outside of that stretch from 2005 to 2007, like, I don't really care about Detroit anymore. Yeah. So I would have no issue if Detroit won anything. So, yeah, it's really just about anyone but Boston and New York for me.
I like Detroit. I like the Pistons. I don't really consider them a real threat anymore, just because it feels like the Cade injury derailed a lot of their motion. I looked at the sports books. They're plus 2,200 right now to win the championship. The Celtics are plus 550. That's crazy.
Here's the thing. I mean, obviously, Cade returned last night. I think the Cade Cunningham injury is going to prove very, very beneficial for Detroit. As long as Cade gets to the playoffs totally healthy, the Pistons went 8-3 in those games without Cunningham. So Cade will get to the playoffs with having taken a little bit of a vacation, so he should be fresh. But more importantly, you have a young Piston team that doesn't have a lot of experience and doesn't have a whole lot of winning experience, and they just saw that they are actually a really good team by going 8-3 without Cunningham. So from a confidence perspective, I think losing Cunningham for those few weeks was actually extremely beneficial for Detroit.
It is always nice, too, to see which players step up and can be big in other spots and could be that number 2 guy in the playoffs, because they're going to need that alongside Cade. I just, again, like, when I start to lose confidence in the team and I see the sports books have them at plus 2,200, I'm like, oh, this must be a long, long, long shot, and let me stay away from that. I like the Spurs. I think the Celtics probably get out of the East. Whatever it is, though, the NBA playoffs this year, they need to deliver, because has this not been one of the worst, most irregular, weird, funky NBA regular seasons that you've lived through? Like, what the heck has been going on these days?
Yeah, it's tough, because I remember, the first half of the NBA season I felt was pretty good. And then the second half of the season has really taken a nosedive. You know, we talked about this a lot this morning, where I just find it bums me out, the discourse around the NBA right now, because the discourse is rotten. It's rotten. If you turn on the TV, you put on radio, the main topics in the NBA right now, unless you're talking about an individual game, like something that happened last night, the main topics, the storylines in the NBA are tanking and players not playing 65 games and what awards that they should get. And that's a rotten conversation that we're having just a week before the playoffs start.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue is like it's all because of unintended consequences, and everybody is focused on bringing the value back to the NBA regular season. And I don't know what the fix is actually going to be. It looks like the NBA is faltering a little bit with this 65-game rule. For those that don't understand, if you don't play 65 games, you are not eligible for MVP, most improved, first team, second team All-NBA, and all defensive awards and stuff like that. Like, you cannot get those awards, which also are things that help you make more money down the line because of contract incentives. So it is something that's tied to money, but it also was implemented a couple of years ago because the NBA is like, hey, we can't have dudes pulling a Kawhi Leonard and load managing left and right. But this season's it feels like this rule is blowing up in the NBA's face. Luka, ineligible. Anthony Edwards, ineligible. Cade Cunningham, ineligible. Victor Wembanyama, who's like, odds on favorite isn't even a good enough way to paint the picture of it, because he's like, they might as well give him the Defensive Player of the Year award right now, except for the fact that right now he has the rib injury, and if he doesn't play in one of these next two games for the Spurs, he won't be eligible for it. Like, this is a mess. It is a mess that the NBA has. I don't know how we fix it.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix it either, and it's weird too, because I'm not sure that I knew this until a few weeks ago. It's not just playing 65 games, but you have to also log 20 minutes in those in each of those games. I don't think I even knew that. So you're right. Something has to change, but I know you're saying that they're going to do something about it. I don't know that they are. I think the league actually likes the 65-game rule. I'm not so sure they're going to change that, Theo.
I don't think they should. I'm on and I've always pro player. I've always been more lenient towards players in every league. But I don't think they should, because I do think that incentivizing, and I'm not just talking about load management, incentivizing availability, which Bill Parcells made sure that we always remembered is your best ability. I do think that matters. I just think this is one of those weird years where so many players were so close to that line. And there's no way, if you watch this NBA season, there's no way you can tell me, especially with a guy like Victor Wembanyama, that anybody is even near deserving of Defensive Player of the Year as he is. And there's a chance, because of a literal freak accident, rib bruise at the end of the season, there's a chance that he's going to be sitting at 64 games, one game away of that arbitrary number. And I'm not sure what the fix is, but I do feel like it seems like you're on the side of the fence too. They should keep the rule. It just is going to, ruin some things for people down the line.
I don't think that they should keep the rule. I would get rid of the rule and just leave the onus to the media, the onus to the media who vote on these awards. Where, if you have a vote for these awards, you should be able to make the distinction between, should I vote for a guy who has appeared in 75 games this year, or should I vote for a guy who's appeared in 60 games this year? Because a 15-game difference, even if your numbers aren't as good, I'd rather the guy who played in 15 more games. So I'd rather the voters be able to make a distinction between the two.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Brogdon versus Joel Embiid Rookie of the Year conversation from like a decade ago at this point, which Brogdon won. Embiid was clearly the best rookie, but he had played 35
but
games.
He only played
that year.
40 games.
Yeah.
Right. So I have no problem with that.
I was good with it too.
Brogdon was a more impactful player that year.
Yeah, I was good with it too. I do think, generally speaking, with things like this, leaving it to the voters and the subjectivity around what the voters decide likely is the best scenario. But it clearly was the NBA and the NBA Players Association teaming up and trying to fight against load management. So it continues to go back to the same issue. The NBA wants people to care about the regular season again. And get the fans that care about the regular season, you have to get the players to care about it. And if you want to get the players to care about anything, you have to incentivize them with money, which is how this whole thing came to be. I just don't like – that's why I like them keeping the rules as. I just am not so certain that it's going to be sustainable because the players get everything they want in Adam Silver's NBA these days.
You're 100% right about that. And let's also not forget, it's not boo-hoo, poor NBA players, because this rule was collectively bargained. The players agreed to this. They agreed to the number and the rule. So it's not like this was, oh, my God, I can't believe this rule. It's terrible. The players agreed to this.
Yeah. That is true. It was collectively bargained, and now they are begging for it to change. And we'll see if they get any headway on that. But either way, what I do know is it ain't going to matter to nobody on that Miami Heat roster because I don't see any all-NBAs, all-defense. I don't see any MVP candidates. Like, it is an absolute a drag of a season. But we did get 83 points. Zaz, you talk South Florida sports all day, all the time on Zaslow Show 2.0. Where can people find you?
Yes, wherever you get your podcasts, guys, just search Zaslow Show 2.0. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe. We talk everything South Florida sports, everything Miami sports related, and every episode is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733.
Appreciate your time, Zaz. We'll catch up with you next week.
Great job, Theo. Thanks, man.
That's my guy, Jonathan Zaslow from Zaslow Show 2.0 on ESPN Radio. Always bringing the fire, the voice of the 305 here. And yeah, he like everyone realizes that the NBA is just in a tough spot right now. Adam Silver and really the NBA Players Association as well. The problem that they have on their hands is that players are not incentivized to play in all 82 games or really even up to 70 games. That's why they instituted this 65-game rule. That's the reason why Adam Silver brought in the NBA Cup, which actually I do think works pretty well because the competitive level of that NBA Cup, you can see it hype up, especially when you get to the finals and the semifinal. Like that in-season tournament was a great addition to the NBA regular season. But everybody wants the regular season to gain back its validity, its attention, to just matter. They just want the regular season to matter in the NBA. And every single time they try something new, there's unintended consequences, like the fact that Luka, Ant, Cade, and potentially Wemby, maybe even Jokic at this point, are all in jeopardy of not being eligible for awards in seasons in which they clearly are deserving of them. Damian, is it just time to shorten the season? Time to cut some games
That
off.
seems to be what we circle back to, the discussions of, is the season too long? If we shorten the season, will we make every game matter more? There's some sense to that, but Zaz made a great point. I mean, at one point, even the players thought this 65 rules was a good idea. It was the solution for tanking and awards at the end of the season. So it's going to be a tough situation. I really don't know what you can do about this. But I'm with you, Theo. I think something definitely has to be done.
Yeah, again, it's easy for us to sit from these seats and say, yeah, you do something. You got to do something.
Now fix it.
Figure it out. But then when you think about all of the fixes they've tried, it just doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. One thing that I know is good for the NBA and the level of care and the level of like just being straight up genuine is Victor Wembanyama as a superstar.
That's I think that, and now that you bring that up, that can be a solution. Just getting this new generation, this new era of players to care as much as Wemby does.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we went through an era or generation of players who
too cool for school.
Yeah, they almost dismiss the regular season, and it's not just the regular season. It was the All-Star. The All-Star break also took a hit.
Everything, the slam dunk contest.
It's like those players who the younger players looked as examples grew up not caring. I don't want to use the word caring, but dismissing it in a way.
Yeah.
And we're getting into that new school of players like Wembanyama that go out there for a regular season game like it's a championship game. Yeah.
And he was, people forget, like, Victor Wembanyama was in tears over a regular season win in March. Like, that's how much it means to him. That's why it's important for him to be one of those guys that carries the throne, that carries the torch for the NBA coming forward. Like, every possession matters to him, let alone every game. So this postseason, we'll see. Which is still TBD if he's going to be able to make his 65th start for the Spurs to be eligible for awards. I do think as long as he's in this league, the only way Wemby doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year is if he doesn't play 65 games.
Even Jason Tatum. I mean, I feel like Jason Tatum is a player who he really wants to be the spotlight. He really wants the NBA to do well.
He cares.
And people called him corny for that. So it's good to see that things are kind of changing in that direction.
I was one of those people.
I mean, I get it. What
Yeah.
the whole after winning the NBA Finals, that was kind of corny. But I think him carrying and showing up night in, night out, that definitely shouldn't be considered corny.
That's not corny. And honestly, Tatum isn't as corny as we make him out to be. I just hate the Boston Celtics. So, it's going to be it's a very high bar to climb.
That's the brand he carries.
Yeah, like he's a Celtic. I don't like the Celtics. So if he does anything even that's on the borderline of corny, I'm going to say it was corny.
And that's Boston sports in general.
Yeah.
But I feel like they embrace that reputation in a way.
Yeah, and it's fine. Like I don't hate. There's very few things in this world I would use the word hate for. I hate the Celtics. I do. I don't hate Tatum. I don't
Especially
hate
as a
Brown.
Heat fan.
I just hate the Celtics. I don't want to see them succeed. I don't like it when they win. I don't like it when they're joyful. I don't like Celtics fans. I'm anti-Boston Celtics. And that's something I'm just going to have to get over one day. But as of right now, I'm still going to continue to call Jason Tatum corny, and I'm still going to root against the Boston Celtics. I just wouldn't do so in front of Joe Mazzulla because I actually kind of fear that dude. Because as much as he
got that look in his eyes.
He don't care about nothing. Joe Mazzulla don't give a rat's tail about anything. So my hate for the Celtics, just don't let that spread to Joe Mazzulla, and we'll all be fine. Man, we got to get to this very weird thing that's going on in golf as we have the Masters underway. There's something interesting going on around golf that I just kind of learned more about today that I want to get to on the other side here. But before we do, I do got to tell the good people, there's something interesting going on in South Florida right now. It's not just the fact that the weather is changing and the rain is pouring and it's blistering the pavement. And it's absolutely drenching your outfit. You got to bring a raincoat. Bring a raincoat and umbrella everywhere you go these days. You never know when them skies are going to open up. But I do know that no matter how much of that rain you get, it ain't going to cool off that South Florida sun that is hitting. It's punching right now. And don't let that punch be so vicious that it also gets through to your home and your AC can't handle it. I know mine can because I got EDS air conditioning and plumbing. EDSisyes.com. EDSisyes.com. We're talking about a company that is now in its 20th year of serving this area. 20 years in the game. They've been doing it since the Heat dropped their first banner. And you know what? Their whole mission is to make sure that heat drops in your home. And that's what happens in my crib. I get 2 check-ins every year because I'm a gold plan member with EDS, preventative care and repair. And right now, if you lock in with EDS right now, you're in for a treat. Because EDS is now offering 0% interest financing for 60 months to qualified customers. That's 0% interest financing for 60 months to qualified customers. Find out if you qualify by going online to EDSisyes.com. They do quality work. They are trusted service, great people, and they got everyday savings for you. So avoid getting your home upset and join in with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes. Visit EDSisyes.com. In the YouTube chat, Brandon is asking why I'm hating on the Celtics. He says the feeling is mutual. I wouldn't have it any other way. A new rule in golf we discussed on the other side. That is Damian Perez. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
The 2026 TGL season is in the books. Congratulations to the new champions, the Los Angeles Golf Club, for winning the SoFi Cup. The 2026 TGL season featured energy, innovation, and competition at an all-time high. We had shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, and overtime. We saw it all this season. The 2027 TGL season has even bigger things in store. Check out TGLGolf.com for the latest news, updates, and ticket information. TGL Golf, presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Kevin McHale, tax partner in Anshin's Real Estate Group.
Under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, recent changes to the Opportunity Zone program include a rolling capital gains deferral period, updated basis step-up, and tax-free appreciation rules, new categories of qualifying funds, and revised criteria for the census tracts that qualify as opportunity zones. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help real estate professionals navigate through the new qualified opportunity zone rules so their investments align with their goals of maximizing deferrals, minimizing capital gains, and ensuring compliance with the updated legislation. If you're launching a new fund or restructuring existing investments, let Anshin strategically guide you through these changes and deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
1, 2, get down. Paid the cost to be the boss.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Got a happy hour in a little bit with Tina Costanza as we cruise on a Thursday, best day of the week. And it's also the opening round out at the Masters. It's your boy Damian Perez in on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. It's me, Theo Dorsey, and we are theoretically speaking. Damian, you know, when we get to the office here on a daily basis and we deal with our coworker, you never know what you're going to hear from people. A little scuttlebutt, you know what I'm saying? People chopping it up, rumors soaring. And then there's the bad sports takes. And I heard one today that really perked my ears up.
Does Jim in accounting watch one game a year and think he can be an NBA GM?
You don't trade a guy like Dame unless you actually know ball, which I do.
Is Mark in the mailroom talking your ear off about what's wrong with football today?
Give me that budget and I'll have this roster fixed by Friday. Guaranteed.
does Ted in sales go on and on about how he would manage the bullpen.
Complete games used to mean something. I don't know what this is anymore.
Time to shoot the casuals down. This is Water Cooler Talk, presented by Culligan. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com.
I'm going to keep it G. John and sales, you should stick to selling. Because I peruse into the office on this Thursday, I overhear John telling the good people over there at the Culligan Water Cooler that athletes are ruining golf. Athletes are ruining the sport of golf. Everybody wants to try their hand at it. The golfers these days, the professionals are getting stronger and stronger. They're working out. They're driving the ball too long. They're forcing courses to have to work around their strengths, which is pushing that thing out 350 or so off the driver, off the tee. Now, John, let me help you out with your take here, because you're on to something, but I think that you are missing the mark. The athletes aren't the ones messing it up. The pros aren't the ones messing up the game of golf. It's the scientists. But apparently the USGA is getting involved. I didn't realize how big a deal this was in golf, but Damian, they're trying to roll back the ball. They're rolling back the ball. Have you heard about this issue in golf right now where they're trying to change the golf balls that professionals and even everybody in general can play with to take some distance off of drives, because these things are going too far and people are having to elongate their courses, as well as they're seeing people like Rory be able to use irons to push the ball down the middle of fairways where you should need to take more risk with a driver. Have you been seeing this noise?
I have not, but are people getting too strong for golf?
I guess so. Literally yesterday at the Masters at Augusta, you had Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and Tom Watson all collectively coming together, pushing back, saying that they do need to roll back the golf ball. So apparently what the USGA has been recommending is new golf balls by 2030 that will effectively take about 15 yards of distance off of the pros. And that, in effect, I guess their issue with this right now, Damian, is they feel like if golf turns into this game that's all about the long game, and guys are just driving it past the bunkers, and guys are able to now play par fives like they're par fours regularly, it de-incentivizes the nature of the game of golf, which is to have a variety of shots in your bag that can accumulate to having that great score. They want to see you in the intermediate game, in your short game. And it almost, you know what it reminds me of, Damian? People that are they're mad about the three-point line in the NBA.
So it sounds like this almost waters down the skill. You know,
that's what they're saying.
If your drive is longer, you get it closer to the hole, it's easier for you to make it. But we want to see those challenging shots that we've grown accustomed to.
And I honestly did not realize that this was something people are fighting back on. Apparently, even at Augusta National Golf Club, as they get things ready year to year, they've had to take certain holes and add yardage to it to make it more complicated. They've done this all across the nation. I did not realize how big of a crisis this was, and the fact that they were sounding off about it during Wednesday's ceremonial first tees. That opens my eyes to the fact that this is a real issue. But I would push back on John and say that this is not a athlete problem. This is not on the pros. This is on the scientists. And I don't know how to fix this, but it reminds me just how much of a thinker's game, just how much of a mental game, just how much of a nerd's game the sport of golf can be. Because the fact that they found a way now, either by their swing speeds or the improved golf balls that are allowed on the tour, they have found a way to out-athlete the current parameters in golf. And now the minds, the brains, the scientists are trying to counterbalance this, and all of a sudden everybody's up in arms. People are on both sides of the fence. You know what side of the fence I'm on, Damien?
What's that?
Keep them going long. Keep them balls the same. Let them fly.
I'm sitting here thinking, what's the solution here? Are they going to like make the balls heavier, fill them up with sand?
You think I understand? Do you think I understand? Did you know how many articles I had to read about this golf ball rollback to understand what the heck they're talking about? I don't know how they're going to decrease the amount of yardage on the balls. They're just going to find a way to circumvent it again.
It's crazy because if you present me two different golf balls, I probably wouldn't know the difference.
I'm afraid now if they do change the balls that are allowed for regulation, there's going to be some issues where kind of like in NASCAR, somebody wins a tournament, and then on Monday we hear the stories and the rumors bubbling up. This guy was using the 2026 balls. He ain't had the 2030 balls. Yeah, we got now whoever came in second wins. He's disqualified. He's suspended for a tournament. This is going to cause all kind of issues and weird problems in golf. The unintended consequence.
It's golf's version of the deflate gate.
Yeah. And you know what? I bet you, as much of a gentleman's game golf is, I played with a couple of people that have showed me it's really not. I had to be cheesing the numbers, fudging the numbers up there on the hole. I bet you there's going to be a couple of people that are getting away with it at some point. Down the line here.
So the accusations grow.
The accusations are going to they are going to be rumbling. They're going to be ripping and rumbling. It reminds me of that thing with the when they had that YouTube golf event. Apparently there was a big tragedy that happened around, or a big scandal that happened around somebody using the rangefinder. Always finding ways to put up guardrails in the game of golf. So that is your Culligan water cooler talk for the day. There is a scandal in golf. People are outraged by the golf balls flying too far. So much so that it is a storyline coming out of the Masters. On the other side, we have the happy hour, plus we are going to give an update on that leaderboard for round one out in Augusta. That is Damian Perez. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Who says buying a car takes all day? At Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, we respect your time and make it simple. Shop online, value your trade, get pre-approved before you arrive. Then swing by, sign, and drive. Fast and easy. From the all-new redesigned 2027 Kia Telluride to the versatile Kia Sportage to the sporty Kia K4, your next Kia is waiting. Transparent pricing, zero pressure, just a smarter way to buy. Upgrade this month without slowing down. Only at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
On Friday, May 8th, the Ed Morse Automotive Group will host the 32nd annual Ed Morse MDA Golf Classic, benefiting the Muscular Dystrophy Association at PGA National Resort. Money raised supports life-changing research, care, and advocacy for children and adults living with neuromuscular disease. Golf spots are still available. To reserve your team online, visit the Ed Morse MDA Golf Classic registration page on Better Unite or call Lisa Kirksey at 706-248-1028.
It's time to step into kindergarten with the School District of Palm Beach County. Parents, we're ready to educate, affirm, and inspire your child in a nurturing learning environment. Register now at palmbeachschools.org/kindergarten. Find out when to attend your school's kindergarten kickoff, or your family can meet teachers, tour the school, and receive a free kindergarten readiness kit.
The School District of Palm Beach County is your best choice.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time. and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Andrew Cohen, Senior Manager in Anshin State and Local Tax Group.
In today's mobile world, residency is one of the most important areas of state taxation. The rules determine which states can tax your income and hinge on two key concepts: domicile and statutory residency. Your domicile is the state you consider your permanent home, while statutory residency can apply if you have a permanent place of abode in a state which you spent more than 183 days. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help taxpayers avoid double taxation. If you're a taxpayer with ties in multiple states, looking to reduce your state tax exposure, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. Damian Perez is on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. And per usual, we are cranking this thing up as we enter into the time that is affectionately known as the happy hour. And mind you, joining us for the happy hour, sporting her green sweater is none other than Tina Costanza.
Happy Thursday. Happy Masters Day.
It's going down. Is that what the green is for?
I didn't plan the green.
Okay.
But I thought about it coming to work today. I was like, oh, I'm wearing this bright green. And today's the first day of the Masters.
Yes.
So it worked.
Do you feel like, I mean, is it like stolen valor? Because people are going to think you're like a great golfer at this point. Like, I've always wondered that. Like, if I've gone to the Masters tournament twice out at Augusta National Golf Club, and I'm like, is it corny if I threw a little green, like not a jacket on, but like even like a just regular jacket, like just something normal, like green?
I don't think that's weird.
What if I wore like a green raincoat that looked kind of like a blazer jacket, just like close enough? Like
to at Augusta or
at Augusta? Yeah.
No, I don't think that's weird at all.
Okay, all right, we'll try it out.
I don't even know what they're called. I want one of the white suits that everyone wore yesterday.
The
families,
caddy.
The caddy outfit.
Yes.
I want one of those.
Yeah.
I want, theoretically speaking, on the back.
Yes.
Actually, we could have Espresso Mar-Tina or Tina in the Wild.
Hey.
But I want one of those. I want one of those caddy outfits.
Caddy outfits are dope. I think that's one of the more underrated kits in all of sports is a caddy outfit. It's clean.
Is that
pristine
specific to the Masters?
No.
Like that one?
Maybe. I don't know.
Caddies don't wear outfits like that to every golf tournament.
They do though.
No, they don't.
Caddy outfit.
At the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, they're not wearing that.
The all white.
No.
I mean, they don't have to. At certain events, you have to. There's certain golf clubs where caddies have to be in a certain attire, and then certain other ones you're able to kind of free form it. Let's go with that. But no, yeah. There's a lot of other golf courses where you wear the all white. Caddies wear it. I was at one a couple of months ago where the caddies were wearing all white.
I've never been to one where they're wearing all white. I know,
crisp.
I want it. I would wear that as an outfit.
Just to work.
To work.
Yes.
So as a matter of fact, caddies do not always wear all white. The iconic white boiler suits are a traditional exclusive to the Masters tournament at Augusta National.
You learn something new every day. Thank you, Damian Perez.
Wait, but I've been to, there's a place.
They're copying. They're not allowed to do that.
So like
I think they can still.
In other tournaments like the PGA Tour, and other professional tournaments, caddies wear their own apparel.
Right. Well, I knew that much, but you know what? Maybe I'm just wrong in this case because there was a place, I think it's the Floridian. Or no, it was a different golf course. It was a really nice golf course out here that I was at a couple of months ago, and they had the all white kits on, and I thought it was dope. And maybe it is just the Masters then. Huh. But maybe like it's one of those things where it's in professional golf, it's just the Masters, but there are some of these private or more exclusive golf clubs out here where they wear the all white. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But you're saying you would rock that.
I would rock that. I saw them yesterday and I'm like, I want one of those. I want to wear one of those. Like I'd wear it to work.
And you're right.
It's
Everywhere I
cute.
look up the caddy outfit, the only one that is all white has the green lettering on it. It has to be for Augusta National. Wow. Well,
That's something new.
this is why we come here. This is why we do the happy hour,
Mhm.
Tina. This is why you wearing that green sweater was serendipitous. We needed that right now. Also, you want to know what else we need right now for the happy hour?
A cocktail. Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. It's time. It's time. The cocktail of the day from Tina Costanza, affectionately known as Espresso Mar-Tina.
Yes.
What we rocking with today?
So we did a Masters themed cocktail yesterday. It was the Augusta Azalea. We're going to do another Masters theme one today. And I am rocking the green jacket gimlet.
The green jacket gimlet?
Gimlet?
Okay. I ain't never heard of that word.
I haven't either. I had to look it up.
You learn two things.
And
every-
Google has been not giving me the right pronunciation to some
Yes.
things.
I think that's right.
So I
man.
could be saying things wrong all the time because I'm trusting Google Voice
It looks
when I
right.
put it in there.
The gimlet dates to the 19th century. It's a
Gimlet.
British drink.
The green jacket gimlet. You've got gin, fresh lime juice, simple syrup, elderflower liqueur, cucumber slices, and a lime wheel to garnish. Honestly, anything with cucumbers,
Yeah.
I love.
Cucumbers are growing on me.
Oh my gosh, I love cucumbers.
Cucumber water straight. Yeah.
People think I'm weird because one of my favorite Gatorade flavors is that cucumber Gatorade.
It's refreshing. It is. It's
It's
not. It shouldn't
delicious.
be your favorite. It shouldn't be your favorite, but it's refreshing.
We've had this conversation
Yes.
before. And why do I feel like Damien was also here
Yes,
for this
Damien, I agree with
conversation
that.
because he likes it too.
That's
It's good.
actually, in my opinion, that's my favorite.
Yes.
Oh my god. So here's what I'll say: the cucumber flavored Gatorade is best when you're actually like playing a sport.
Yes,
like
if you're
hooping,
like-
you're working out, then it's a great flavor.
And it's cucumber lime. So the
Cucumber
lime
lime, yeah.
just
Yes.
add a good touch. But yes, I agree. If it's a very hot day, you're out there sweating,
Yeah.
there's definitely nothing more refreshing than a cucumber Gatorade.
To me, it'll be weird if somebody was drinking a cucumber, working out or playing a sport.
And that's why I'm weird because I would drink it anytime.
Oh, see, that's different. You're an oddball.
I would
Well,
have it whenever.
In general, you shouldn't drink Gatorade if you're not like burning off all the electrolytes and sugar that it gives you.
Yeah, sometimes you drink Gatorade the next day after a long night out. You know.
That. But you can't ever find the cucumber lime.
Yeah, it's rare.
That's why I think it's when I find it, I'm enjoying it right then.
Wow.
Because you can't always find it. And I stock up.
You stock up on them. You're like, I'm
Yes.
taking 8.
Because
Yeah.
they're not everywhere.
I still got to go with the blue. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, the blue's
the blue's number one.
is a go-to.
It is the
That's so basic though. I mean, that's everybody's
it's the
favorite
undisputed
flavor.
champion though.
yeah.
It's the undisputed champion.
Yeah, if we have like a hierarchy or like a little March Madness tournament.
The one seed. It's the number
That's
one
the number
overall
one
seed.
seed.
Yeah. The blue Gatorade is always going to win. You can have your own personal favorites, and I do think that that's the most underrated Gatorade flavor.
It'd be like an 11th seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, 12 seed, because 12 seed always get through. 12 seed always get through. It'll be a 12 seed. We should probably ask Courtney Rukoff, who gets through, our marketing coordinator here, who had a top 99.9 percentile bracket this year. Insane.
Insane. 177 out of 26 million.
Brian says you can't find it because nobody is buying it, so they don't stock it. That's what he says in the YouTube chat, and he might not be wrong.
He might not be wrong.
Yeah.
I
People like making money.
At one point I was probably keeping that flavor alive because I was buying
Single-handed.
it all the time and stocking up because I couldn't find it.
And it only comes in like the bigger size. Like
Yes.
it doesn't come in the standard size. So you have to get those like 2 for $4 deals or something at the gas station.
I realized one day that at my local grocery store, this was 4 or 5 years ago, the one thing I thought I know for sure I was keeping in stock was, you remember those like great value smiley face fruit snacks? No?
No.
They're like a bunch of little assorted fruit flavored
They like
smiley
gummies?
faces. Yeah, little gummies, those little fruit snacks, little gummy snacks.
I love the Scooby-Doo gummies. Those are
Scooby-Doo
mine.
gummies they went crazy
Yes.
in high school. I used to devour. I went broke over those.
The blue one was the best in the Scooby.
Yes,
snack.
the light blue one.
The light blue.
Yes.
It was Scooby. It was Scoob. So no, I believe at my grocery store, I used to get like a 50 pack of those things like every week. I used to have a real bad sweet tooth. And I do believe that I was the one that kept them things on the shelves as they kept restocking them things for me specifically. Everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Your thing when your car goes down is where?
My thing is I take Sally Sonata to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. No questions there. They're not leaving us anytime soon.
Ooh.
St. Lucie Battery and Tire. If you need a new battery, if you need new tires, if you need maintenance, go trust the experts at St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've got locations in the Treasure Coast. They've got locations in Palm Beach County. My go-to spot is Blue Heron and Military Trail. My guy Randall over there always takes care of me and Sally the Sonata. Go check it out for yourself, slbt.com, to see the services that they provide and find the closest location to you.
You know what? Mike Rizzo told me Randall's nickname. It's Rand.
Rand?
Yeah.
Oh, Rand? Yeah.
Yeah, Rand.
Rand, yeah.
Yeah, just first syllable. Damien.
What's your nickname?
Yeah, what's your nickname? Mike Rizzo from Russo and Rizzo he's the nickname man. He gives everybody their nickname at ESPN West Palm. And I guess just in life, does he have a nickname for you?
Yes, I've gotten 2. D and Dame.
Are you serious?
Like, what up, D?
Are you serious? And Dame?
It's how he gives all nicknames. It's like either the first letter.
He's been exposed at this point, right?
Yeah.
He's exposed.
Or the first syllable.
First syllable.
Yeah. Damien got both. Damien has 2, and it's both ways. The first letter or the first syllable.
That's not do you qualify that as a nickname?
I mean, it's not my name. So, so technically by default, yes, but it's not as creative, I guess.
Does anybody call you Dame in life? Just Dame?
Dame, yeah, I guess because Damien is 2 syllables, so it's Damien, and Dame is just
3 syllables.
Right. Damien.
Damien.
Right.
Damien, yeah.
And Dame is just 1. So it's like quicker to say, if you're in a hurry, Dame.
Yeah.
So I do get that one often.
It is I want to say, and this is Mike Rizzo's our guy. This is a pro Mike Rizzo show. And great takes, nothing but great take. Unless he's talking about Ohio State or the Browns, this guy is very astute in his sport analysis. Check him out all the time on the Russo and Rizzo 4 to 6. He's a terrible nickname giver. He sucks at it.
And we did midday midterms on this,
Yes.
and he gave himself an A+.
A+
on his nicknames.
Yet every person I ask, Tina, and I'm not setting them up. I'm not like, I'm not throwing a curveball here. Every person I ask, I say, what nickname does Mike Rizzo have for you? He says he is the preeminent. He is the man when it comes to giving out nicknames. Damien's is Dame.
Or D.
Mine is Thee. Yours is T. Collins is Call.
There's only one teammate here who doesn't have the first letter or the first syllable of their name.
Yeah, who's
that he
that?
gives a nickname to. Cade Chomslin. He calls him Cadester.
Well, you know what the issue
I
is.
call him Cadester too.
But you know what the issue here is with Cade Chumslin? How many syllables is his first name?
Wow, you're onto something here.
Okay.
It's Cade. It's 1 syllable.
Cade.
So he couldn't do his thing. He couldn't. He
can say C.
That one absolutely threw him off.
Yes, he went.
Yeah.
He went to reach into his bag, and he was looking around. He was looking around. Nothing there.
Yeah.
Because his bag is first syllable of your first name. If your name is only 1 syllable, he had to do something on the fly. So he was like, Cade, start. He panicked. He panicked. I'm on to something here. We're gonna get him better. We're gonna work on this with Mike Rizzo. If he wants to be the king of nickname giving, we are gonna work with him on how to get better at that. What do you think Mike would call the get around? The get?
By default, yeah.
I guess he would have to. The get, or he would just say, the?
Yeah.
Well, the get around is how we get from topic to topic, place to place, city to city, all of the sports angles and headlines throughout the day, throughout the week, all in one little joyride, if you will. And Damian Perez is our conductor today, or as Mike calls him, Dame. Where we at, Dame?
A place you're very familiar with, Houston, Texas, where the Texans picked up C.J. Stroud's 5th-year option. No surprise there, but now the expectations really start to rise. So how much of a make-or-break season is this for C.J. Stroud?
The dude was giving the ball away this past postseason like they give away those cucumber Gatorades because they can't sell them. Just handing them out. He had like 5 turnovers in one game, 7 total. He was bad. The Texans had no option but to give, both him and Will Anderson 5th-year options. They're much happier to extend Will Anderson, I'm sure. And this is going to be a make or break season for CJ Stroud when it comes to what that dollar amount is going to be with the Texans. I do wonder this, Damian. I don't know if there is a world in which he doesn't get an extension from Houston. I do wonder if he is going to qualify as a top of the market guy, or is he going to Brock Purdy himself? You know what I'm saying?
Different system, so it's going to be hard for him to Brock Purdy himself.
Well, I just more so mean Purdy didn't we know Lamar Jackson this offseason is going to reset the market.
Right. Just be that quarterback that doesn't commit mistakes,
After CJ Stroud's 2023 rookie season, we thought immediately, okay, he's going to be the guy that resets the market in 4 or 5 years. That no longer feels like the case. He's going to need the type of season, 30 plus passing touchdowns, 35 to 3,700 passing yards, and also a couple of playoff wins. He's going to need the kind of season that reasserts the faith in him as a franchise quarterback, but also as a guy that can win games for you, not just prevent you from losing them.
Right, because that image has completely flipped on his head.
It's over with. They should have been in the Super Bowl last year.
There's no benefit of the doubt this season.
No. And the reason they weren't in the Super Bowl was because C.J. Stroud held them back with his inefficient passing and his turnover-worthy plays. He had way too many of them. I think he set a record for the amount of times he put the ball on the ground as well as threw interceptions in one playoff run. You want to know how you can set a record for that? Because they were still winning in spite of his inefficiencies. That's how good the Texans roster is. That's how good their coaching is. C.J. Stroud's got to be better. Him getting that 5th-year option, not really a pivotal headline, but what it signifies is the clock is ticking. And he's going to have to show up this year. Or he's going to be, paid like the Brock Purdy's and the Jared Goffs of the world and not like the Josh Allens and the Lamar Jacksons.
Let's go to Columbus, Ohio, where Jeremiah Smith claims he would have made $10 million if he decided to hit the portal. Smith added, and I quote, "I came to Ohio State for a reason, to win championships, develop as a player and person, and keep building on his legacy." Right or wrong decision here?
It's the right decision because he's probably the greatest receiving prospect that we've seen since Julio Jones, and he's likely going to be the first pick of the NFL draft. Money is not an issue for him. If he's happy in Columbus, I'm glad he stayed in Columbus. I'm also appreciative that the maturity of him to turn down that much money in the era of NIL when nobody would have blamed him because it was probably coming from the Miami Hurricanes. I'm actually proud of him for being that confident in his own abilities and that committed to a program that did give him his start and a whole lot of money as well. I am curious, though. I looked it up. The average value for a superstar receiver in college football is $1 million, Tina. $1 million or $2 million. That's the market rate, if you will.
Insane.
Jeremiah Smith is so good, he was saying he would have been offered $10 million.
That's quarterback numbers.
Yes. That's how good he is, though. He's the best player in college football. So
why do you need $10 million?
$10 million for 1 year of playing.
Are you buying this, Theo? Do you think he's being truthful when he said that?
I do. He's the best player.
Why do you need $1 million?
You said what?
Why do you need $1 million?
Well, I mean, $1 million wouldn't even get you a phone call with Jeremiah Smith. $10 million is the only way you're going to get that guy's talent. He turned that down, apparently. According to him, he turned down $10 million in the transfer
That's
portal.
probably 60% of your NIL budget, though. If you were a team or a college that were to spend that money on Jeremiah Smith.
The question is, as a Miami Hurricane fan, would it have been worth it? And the answer is yes. I would have did it. I would have forked it over. What you need, 11? I got you. Because here's the thing. You're not just gaining Jeremiah Smith's services as the best player in college football. You're also taking him away from a team that you would have to beat. I know Miami beat Ohio State last year, but Jeremiah Smith don't strike me as a dude that's going to be content with being runner-up again. That's the one team in college football I actually have a bit of fear. That matchup happening again, I have a bit of fear in for the Miami Hurricanes. We should have looked. If you needed an extra $1 million, we could have pulled our money together. And Mike Rizzo behind Tina doing the crying. He's wiping up his tears emoji at me because he knows that I was hoping we would get Jeremiah Smith. I'm sad.
He was runner-up And he's asking
So
for
they-
$10 million.
So Ohio State lost to Miami. They weren't even runners-up. They were runners-up in the Big Ten.
And he's
Got it,
from
got it,
Miami.
He's from Miami. He's
So
from
the
the crib.
rumor, not even a rumor, but the I guess the delusion in a way was that he would make his way back to Miami where he grew up.
It could have happened. He just turned it down, honestly. The door was open. And it probably was Miami that offered him the $10 million.
He was never leaving Ohio State.
Yeah, it's not. Also, you're not allowed to tamper with a player outside of the portal. So, of course, Miami wasn't in on that.
No way.
That
They
would have been
never do
illegal.
that.
Yeah. They wouldn't do anything
$10
illegal.
million.
$10 million bones. You know what you could do with that?
That's one of Colin's nicknames, by the way.
Oh, Bones. Yeah, that is Colin's nickname.
By his friends, though, not Rizzo.
Yeah. That's what we got to call him around the office, though. Bones.
Detroit, Michigan, because Cade Cunningham returned last night after missing 11 games due to a collapsed lung to help lead the Pistons to a 26-point win over the Bucks. The interesting part is the Pistons actually went 8-3 in Cade's absence. So did that run change how you view this team, or are they more complete than we thought?
I hope so. But honestly, I don't know how to view them until we see them in playoff action. And you're not really going to see anything out of the first round series because it's going to be against a play-in team. Unless it's the Sixers. I really like Cade Cunningham. I really like this Pistons team. I feel like they should. If it wasn't for Tatum coming back and looking as good as he does with the Celtics, I would have picked the Pistons to win the East. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get through Boston in the series. I'd pick them against the Knicks. Do you want to know Cade Cunningham's nickname?
Yes.
Motorcade.
Motor City.
Because Motor City and Cade, like a motor. You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay.
No.
You want to know what Mike Rizzo calls him?
Gatester.
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 Oh my goodness. I love this. I absolutely love this.
Let's go to Baltimore, Maryland, where quarterback Lamar Jackson, who skipped voluntary workouts the last couple of years, is in attendance this year as the Jesse Minter era begins in Baltimore. Is that a big deal to you?
Yes. And sadly, if it's a big deal that you're showing up to work, it's not a good sign. Big deal, bad sign. You know?
It's voluntary, though.
It is voluntary, but most players.
I think in the
go.
eyes of media and anybody who, reports on the game, it's definitely not voluntary if you're a quarterback like Lamar Jackson.
Especially if you're a franchise quarterback who wants to set the tone in the offseason, who wants to be a leader, and who also came up short the postseason before. And that's happened year over year over year for
MVP
Lamar.
seasons.
Yeah. So new coach, new system. I'm glad he showed up early. I'm glad he showed up on day one, and hopefully he stays through as much as possible to build some chemistry. Tina's smirking.
Do you think Mike Rizzo gives the same nickname twice?
Oh.
Like, would he call another Cade Cadester? Would he call
I think
another
so.
Tina
Would it be
T?
Cadester Kun?
I think so. I do think so. He wouldn't
I
do it. He
couldn't
wouldn't
know.
go that
I
far.
was
So
thinking
many-
about that
many
the whole
syllables.
time.
No, I do think so. Now, will he admit to it? No. But we have to catch him. We have to trap him. We have to
Because there's multiple,
Theos.
like there's a handful of there's
We need
mics
to
in our
find-
office.
yeah, there's
but
multiple
I'm trying to
mics.
think of in our office.
He's one of them,
The
though. That's
name,
just-
he's one of the mics though, and he likes Michael.
Okay. Do we
I
have
don't know
any
what he
other-
calls.
We don't have any people with the same name in this office. Are there two Johns? John's a common name. He calls John, by the way.
And that's not, everyone else calls him his last name.
How many syllables is John?
One.
Just one. So.
But his thing is, so John, who we're referring to,
Right.
his name is John O'Terry. All of us call him O'Terry.
Yeah.
But for him to be different, he
calls
says
him just
John.
John. But again, one syllable. This is his bag. He's comfortable there. This is him. That John, it's just saying one syllable for our guy Mike Rizzo is like Paul
Shy in a
Pierce
free
left
throw line.
elbow. Paul Pierce left elbow.
So we have
Shea at the free throw line. This is his bag.
I don't know what he calls. So we have another teammate in our office. His name is Johnny Mondo.
Oh.
We call him by his last name, Mondo.
Yeah.
I don't know what he calls him.
That's what we need to find out. You're right. There are multiple Johns.
Yeah.
Even though he's Johnny.
Johnny, yeah.
You think he calls him Johnster?
No, I don't think I've heard that.
Okay, we got to find out what he calls Johnny Mondo.
Since it's Johnny, would he be John?
No, I don't think he calls him John.
There's no way this guy. I haven't heard him. Has he met Mondo?
I'm
just messing with you. I just haven't heard him call out Mondo. And you hear everything that
You haven't
Rizzo
seen the
says in
interaction.
office. Yeah, I haven't seen them interact yet. So I need to see this. Hopefully, Mike Rizzo does not hear us right now. And in the break, I'm gonna scope the scene and find out what he calls Mondo.
Okay.
So that is going to be the telltale sign. And that was a get around. That was a get around. Mostly about my guy Mike Rizzo, the nickname-inator around the office. Still trying to figure out exactly how he can crown himself the king of nicknames, but give everybody that same effort. We want more from you. Oh, you know what that music means? That music means it is time now for a little update on the golf. A lot of golfing going on right now, and I want to give you a leaderboard update. This leaderboard is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach. This leaderboard also brought to you by Kaiser University, and it's from Augusta. We got a tie atop the leaderboard out there. Sam Burns, the American, he's done with his round. -5. 5 under for Sam Burns. Tied with him, who is literally lining up on the final hole, is Rory McIlroy, the defending champion. He also knotted at 5 under. They got a little space at the top of the leaderboard. Tied for third, it is a log jam headlined by Scotty Scheffler right now, who is through 6 at 3 under. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golfers tied for third right now as everybody's chasing down that green jacket. Speaking of green, there's a little green in his nation's flag. Shane Lowry, 2 under, tied for 9 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 golfers, including Justin Rose, Justin Thomas, and Gary Woodland. So we have a lot of big names in play, a lot of big names in action here during round 1. And I'm scrolling, and Brooks Koepka, there he is, tied for 20th with Jordan Spieth. Both of them now through 7. They are even. That is your leaderboard update from Augusta, presented to you by Kaiser University and the Breakers Palm Beach. On the other side, the midday midterms, that is Tina. That is Damian. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3. Throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Golf's biggest tournament is back. If you're not at Augusta, the next best place is right here on ESPN 106.3. Championship-level players, legends of the game, and unforgettable moments will carry you through the weekend. From the opening tee shot to Sunday's final putt, gear up for next-level competition in Augusta. The biggest tournament in golf on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach and Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
It's the final Florida Panthers watch party of the season with ESPN West Palm and Yuengling, so do not miss it. Saturday, we're going to watch the Panthers and Maple Leafs with the ESPN West Palm Street team from 6 to 8 at 2 Georges in Stewart. Enjoy Yuengling specials throughout the game and hang with the ESPN West Palm Street team. We've got all the team swag you want, shirts, cups, stickers, and koozies. It's the Panthers and Maple Leafs with ESPN West Palm and Yuengling. Saturday at 2 Georges, 4290 Southeast Salerno Road from 6 to 8 in Stewart.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. Welcome to being treated like a pro. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros, the same pros that you watch on your television screens, the same ones that you pay money. You pay the price of admission to go see in person. They'll treat you just like they treat them. So get back to the life and the activities that you love. Don't let the pain and the aches get in the way of what you can do in your movement, in your motion. In fact, you can learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Again, that's baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. As always, you can join us on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. That is 888-760-3776, the Baptist Health Hotline. We got the midday midterms coming to you. We got Damian Perez on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. We got Tina Costanza, Espresso Mar-Tina in the house. And good people, the one thing that is a great tradition at Augusta National is the actual Champions Dinner that they hold. And the tradition at the Masters Tournament is that the Champions Dinner is the menu is picked out by the previous year's champion. That is Rory McIlroy. Mm-hmm. Rory is Irish. And I say that only because he brought up something specific to what his menu looked like. I'm going to pull up his Masters menu. And we're going to do a little midday midterms, grading a lot of things, including this menu. And pop it up for me on the screen there, Damien. And I do want you to keep in mind, generally speaking, the golfers will implement, elements from their, native countries or their heritage or whatever into the menu. Here is Rory talking specifically why he might have pivoted from doing that.
People keep asking me, why didn't you go more Irish? And I said, because I want to enjoy the dinner as well.
Wow. I've never had Irish food. I don't think. And after hearing him say that, I'm like, have I had food from Ireland like that? What is like the taste of Ireland at Duffy's? Does that count? The shamrock pie and stuff like that? Like, is that what they
count,
wanted?
but at Duffy's, it's delicious.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So why wouldn't he want to do more Irish food?
Well, I guess it's different at Duffy's, but if you go to I guess he didn't expect the same elegance
from his chefs. Would he have to make every single thing though? Like if he went one thing Irish, like everything has to be Irish?
I don't know. He went nothing Irish. So let's go through it. His appetizers for this menu, which they chowed down on a couple of days ago. You got the peach and ricotta flatbread. Sounds amazing.
That's amazing.
So I'm guessing that's not Irish.
I like ricotta.
That's it. Rock shrimp tempura. That's good. I can't think of when's the last time you had dates? You eat dates, you eat like a lot of like
So
fruits and
the only thing that I eat that has dates in it is this healthy like bar that tastes like a brownie.
Okay.
But it's made out of dates. And it's really good.
Bacon wrapped dates that has goat cheese and almonds. That sounds great.
That sounds good.
I would imagine dates are similar to like raisins. And you have grilled elk sliders, caramelized onion jam, roasted garlic aioli, grilled elk sliders. I'm all in. I'm 4 for 4 right there. Anything in there that you didn't like?
I've never had elk.
Would you be against trying?
No, I'm open to anything.
Damien, those appetizers. Any misses?
Not crazy about the dates,
Okay.
but everything else.
Bacon wrap though. It's bacon wrap. Do you eat bacon?
Yeah. And bacon can kind of disguise a flavor that you don't like. So
No
I'm in.
skips.
I'm in.
No skips so far in the appetizers. Let's go to the first course. He had the yellowfin tuna capriccio. Toasted baguette, chives. I mean, that sounds good. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it is. Sounds good. Main course. Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon.
Delicious.
Delicioso.
Like one of each.
How do you say delicious in Irish? Nobody know.
I wouldn't trust Google.
Okay. Dessert. Sticky toffee pudding. Vanilla ice cream and warm toffee sauce. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the dessert
That's hit or
might
miss.
be my least favorite thing.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say this is a classic. In order for an album to be a classic, it has to have no skips, right? Do y'all have any favorite albums, no skips? Any albums where you listen to it front to back?
No.
No? Damien?
Al Farrell, Travis Scott. It's technically a
now.
mixtape.
Hey now.
But
I'm with you on that though. That's tough.
Classic.
That's tough. I would say there is a skip here, and that's the dessert. But outside of that, pretty good. Pretty good Masters Club dinner. And again, apparently none of it is Irish. And take a listen again one more time for my guy Rory McIlroy as to why he chose not to do it.
People keep asking me, why didn't you go more Irish? And I said, because I want to enjoy the dinner as well.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's so insulting.
That's messed up, dog. I just want to know for the good people out there that we might have some Irish people in the area, some good people that listen to Theoretically Speaking. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. If you wanted people to enjoy the delicacies from Ireland, what would you start with? What is the dish you would give them to help Rory McIlroy out here to be more connected with his culture and to be less demeaning of his people? How would you introduce people to Irish food? 888-760-3776. While they gear that up, Damien, I think it's time that we do a little midday midterms, and there goes the button. I'm never good at finding the button. Not a good button pusher. The midday midterms. You can pull the menu off your face now, Damien. There it is.
Go.
There goes Damien. I'm going to give you guys the topics, and you guys are going to put a grade on them. Let's just start with the menu, the Masters menu that Roy brought to the table for the Monday Champions Dinner. Start with you, Tina. What you rocking with?
I'm grading Rory's menu.
Yeah. We just went through it.
I'm going to give it an A-. And the minus is only because of the dessert.
Yeah, it's like that's the last thing you're going to remember from it. You got to come stronger than that.
And I have a sweet tooth. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the dessert while I'm enjoying the apps.
That is true.
So
That is true.
I want to give it A+ though, that the Masters does this.
It is a beautiful thing, right?
Yes.
They have a lot of they have interesting traditions there. The caddy outfits, as well as the dinner that they keep bringing back. Damien, what do you grade this dinner?
I'll give it honestly, I'm going to give it a C+.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This guy.
So
high standards.
I don't eat any seafood, and there was a few seafood options there.
Yes.
That's a no-go for me.
Okay.
And then the dessert, in my opinion, was pretty weak. So I'm not going to give it, it's not going to be a failing grade, but it's going to be an average grade. I'll give it a C+.
All right. Midday midterms.
You didn't grade it.
Oh, I thought I was the teacher right now. I'll grade it. I'll give it an A- like you though. Because it's actually a really good, I would enjoy every part of it, but I always talk about with athletes' careers, as well as with experiences in general, the first impression matters a lot. How you enter the scene, it matters. So the appetizers are great. What you do during the prime of your career or the main course and whatnot, also very important. But how you leave, your exit, that matters. That's the taste you're leaving us with. Aaron Rodgers, you're ruining that right now. And Rory McIlroy ruined it with his dinner.
Yeah,
so
the
A-.
exit can ruin a legacy.
Yes. Like, think about it. The way we're going to view Aaron Rodgers 10 years from now is going to be mostly shaped on these last 5 years. So, yeah. The 65-game rule in the NBA. So, Tina, if you haven't heard about this, NBA,
I have not.
It's a load management prevention rule. NBA players who do not play 65 or more games are not eligible for awards like MVP,
Okay.
Most Improved,
Okay.
First Team All-NBA, DPOY. They implemented this rule 3 years ago because they wanted to stop players from sitting out games. They want to incentivize playing in the regular season. This year, a bunch of superstars who deserve awards are likely going to be ineligible, like Victor Wembanyama, because of injuries. Not because they're just sitting out, because of injuries down the stretch. They hit like 63, 64. Big crisis right now in the NBA. So the 65-game rule, we'll start with Damien to give a grade. You want a grade first? Now you're more familiar?
Let me think about
Damien.
This might be bold, but I'm going to give it a B+.
Okay. Why so?
I know there are a lot of drawbacks, like players who deserve, incentives may be left out of those incentive eligibilities. But I mean, look at what's going on. It's players are playing. They're
pushing through.
It's become an emphasis that they have to be on the court. So from that perspective, I think it's been a success up to now.
I'll align with you. I'll give it a B. Its unintended consequences are going to derail legacies. Like years and years from now, we're going to not count a couple of All-NBA teams or Defensive Player of the Years or MVPs because of a arbitrary number. But it's good because it is incentivizing players to care, to play, and to push through injuries. And that's better for the fans. Tina, grade for the 65-game rule in the NBA?
I'm going to give it a B+.
Nice.
Because I do like that there is an opportunity for other players who are playing more than 65 games to be recognized and get these awards.
Yeah, availability is your best ability.
Yes.
So if you're there and you're present and you're able to fight through that enduring season, you get awarded for that.
Yes.
Midday midterms here on Theoretically Speaking. How about this? I already know what my grade is for this. The Speakeasy. The Speakeasy. Why does the Speakeasy? This is something that Tina specifically wanted to bring to the table here. Why Speakeasies?
Because this weekend, I'm celebrating my birthday. My birthday is next weekend, but for my friends, it worked out better to all celebrate this Saturday.
They couldn't work around your schedule?
It also, like, I prefer this weekend as well.
Can we grade our friends right quick? Let's grade our friends.
I also like.
I'm sorry.
I also was good with this weekend.
Okay.
To have next weekend to do a little more chiller things. Then we got a big week of top 63
It'll be huge.
the following week. So this weekend, I'll be celebrating my birthday, and I'm going to a Speakeasy Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I've only been to a few. And when I think of Speakeasies, I think of, I want to go to one where like you move a book and a door opens, or, something like that, where the one I'm actually going to, you have to make a reservation for, and it's a bit smaller. It's new in the area, and I'm really excited to go. But I haven't been to many. So that's like, and I knew you were a big fan of Speakeasies.
Speakeasies are the best.
And maybe you could tell me more in the area where, again, it's like a hidden door or something. Because a handful that I know around here too, it's like, it's not a Speakeasy because you just walk up some stairs and you're there.
There is, we're calling some things Speakeasies that are not.
Yes.
And that is kind of making it lose a little bit of its luster, but they're still really nice, intimate environments, usually really good music playing, dark setting, great craft cocktails. And those are the things that raise the vibe up. It is an added incentive these days if there's like a weird way to get in. But these days, a lot of people are it's like regular businesses. I'm A+ on Speakeasy though. What's your grade?
I'm going to say a B.
Because it's TBD for you. You got to see, huh?
TBD, and I just haven't been to many.
Damien?
I've never been to one, but from what I hear, from what I know, A-.
There was this one hotel I stayed in, I want to say it was Scottsdale, and it literally was like a thing where you had to knock on the wall. It looked like a regular wall. You'd knock on the wall, and then they'll turn the wall around, kind of like the bookshelf thing, like they'll see in movies and on TV, and it'll have an entryway for you to kind of like go into the Speakeasy.
It's like Hogwarts.
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope.
That's what I want.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe you'll get that experience this weekend. The midday midterms. Wrapping things up right there on Theoretically Speaking. We have one more segment. I got to talk about what's going on tonight in the NBA. A Thursday night in the NBA where big games are going down. There's one that's going to be on prime time between two top contenders in the Eastern Conference. And it's going to matter a little bit more than people are giving it credit for. That's Damian Perez. That's Tina Costanza. I'm Theo Dorsey. Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
Power up your future at Palm Beach State College by training in a high-demand field. Our residential and commercial electrician certificate program offers hands-on training from licensed electricians with 40-week daytime or 60-week evening options. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Get started on the path to a successful career as an electrician at Palm Beach State College. Attend one of our free hands-on info sessions. Visit pbsc.edu and search info. That's pbsc.edu.
Get ready to tee it up for a great cause at Play for JA. Join us Friday, May 1st at the beautiful Palm Beach Par 3 Golf Course for a day of golf, good vibes, and giving back. Enjoy 18 holes, breakfast and lunch, and a Lux Chance drawing, all while supporting junior achievement of the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast. Plus, this event gives local students a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to run a major tournament. Grab your spot or become a sponsor today at juniораchievement.com.
The Jupiter Hammerheads and Palm Beach Cardinals are back in Jupiter all summer long, 6 days a week at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Come enjoy the best ticket deals and membership packages in Palm Beach County, like Silver Slugger Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Kids Club Saturdays, the Frozen Iguanas, and so much more.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
The one seeds in the NBA are already decided. Motorcade, Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons, they have the one seed locked up in the East. And in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they got it. It's over with. The race with the Spurs is over and done. In fact, there's an interesting stat that came out of this. OKC big, Chet Holmgren, never in his basketball career, dating back to high school when he was at Montverde, never has he ever been anything less than a one seed. Ain't that something? Between high school basketball at Montverde to college basketball at Gonzaga, and in his years in the NBA with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren has never been anything less than a one seed, and the Thunder, who are the defending champions in the NBA, are back in the one seed this year. It's over and done as the NBA regular season wraps up Sunday. Incredible from him. The Heat are going to play the Raptors tonight on ESPN 1063. You can listen to that starting at 6:30. Heat at the Raptors. They're another road game against the Eastern Conference foe. He'd have no shot at the one seed. They're locked into the 10 in the play-in. What I will say about the Miami Heat is that Eastern Conference matchup is not the one that people should have their eyes on. Have your ears on that on ESPN 106.3 tonight, but your eyes should actually be locked in on the 2-3 matchup that we're getting out of the East on Prime Video. The Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks play tonight, a 7:30 tip-off on Prime Video. And what I did not realize, despite Boston having a 3-game lead right now, as the season is winding down, the Knicks actually technically have a shot. If they win out, including this game tonight, and the Celtics lose out, the Knicks can claim the 2 seed and the inevitable home court in the eventual 2-3 matchup in the second round in the East. The reason I bring that up is not only is this a chance for the Knicks to prove to us that they can get past the Celtics in the playoffs this year at full strength with Tatum back, it also could, there's a small chance that this could be the first step in them actually claiming home court advantage in that series. So that should be a fun one to tap in on. Don't pay any mind to Raptors Heat with your eyes, just your ears here on ESPN 106.3. That's my advice. That's fair? As a Heat fan?
Unfortunately.
You don't need to watch. You don't have to, don't rot your eyes out watching any more of this season. We can watch next year. Listen, though, on ESPN 106.3. That's all you got to do.
Does it even, I mean, should we even root? Because the Heat are right now, they're 10th. They're the 10th seed.
Yeah, lose.
Should we even, I mean, there's no way they can make it out to play, and that's the problem.
Lose.
But should we root for them to move up, maybe to 8 or 9, or does it not matter?
We need them to lose as many games as possible because we need them to have the best pick possible. I'm not going to go through the machinations of what they need to go here. No. Lose. I don't want to see any more wins. You had your chance all throughout the regular season. You lost at the end, so lose now. The Heat are 41-30. Oh, you know what? They can salvage a winning record. That could be fun.
If that matters.
It matters for Spo's legacy, I guess. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.